Hi, this is Kiran from the student of Masters in BPP University. I'm going to talking about managing shadow AI in organization developing an enterprises AI techniques. Firstly, I'm going to talking about project background. Before we turn our attention to the project itself, we should look at the reason behind the strategic prioritization by the topic of organization. Generatively, AI has changed to the functioning of organization drastically in the past 2 years. Focus are generally reposed by the analyzing the data, programming the code, creating the presentations, and automatic representative tasks with AI now. According to the Microsoft, in 2024 Work Trend Index, 75% of knowledgeable workers currently using AI, while 78% of bring their own AI tool to the work, frequently without organizational approval. Additionally, in 2024, AI Global Survey conducted by the McKinsey found that 65% of organizations using generative AI in regularly at least one business function, highlighting how quickly AI has become to the part of everyday business. When these figures shine the light of immense opportunity delivered by the AI, they also have serious governance challenges. The rate of which organizations are creating the policies, securities, and controls responsibly governance mechanisms in which slower than the which technology management adapted. According to the report, the emergency of shadow AI and employees are using AI applications not managed by their own organization. Employees are putting their own tools to the boost productivity. However, they are not realizing that it's exposed by the sensitive business information, intellectual property, or customer records into the third property AI. From the perspective of technology management, this is challenges organization must nurture to innovation and AI adaptation while ensuring the cybersecurity, adhering to regulations and AI using responsibly. Access the AI likely not work. Organizational lead governance stands that allow to implement AI securely, clearly, and strategically. And the challenge has been the basic of which project is built by the ultimately led to the emergence of the proposed AI lecture enterprises AI trust framework. In project aim and background, having understood the problem, I briefly discussed the projective of projects. The global project is developed by the enterprises AI checkmas, also called as AI team, that helps organization to manage the shadow AI while still empowering the employees to use safe AI responsibly. And the goal is not the ban of AI, but implement a proper governance framework that allows organization embrace with the confidence. To the AIM project will be fivefold. Firstly, I look at the shadow AI is risk and business impacts. In addition, I examined how exciting the framework for the governance and the technology management by using organization. I created the AITM framework as the way to practically address by this problem. Fourthly, I developed this implementation roadmap indicating the project management tool which can facilitate the adaptation of framework by their organization. Ultimately, I suggested the recommendation black to the scientific evidence that helps organization. The positive structured pathway for organization to migrate the unchecked AI adaptation to responsibly AI governance. And then second, research methodology. I adapted the structured research methodology, come up with the practical solution. In this business adapted the pragmatic physiology, which means the emphasis on the solving a real business problems rather than the creating theory. As shadow AI emerging challenge that provided me to the opportunity to mix academic knowledge with the industry insights. Explainability and alignment the design the research. In fact, the focusing the production of the solution. Organization can actually apply because shadow AI is ever involving. Many organizations are still working to figure out how to govern it and exploratory. Since it's the project relevant to the secondary research, I examined the evidence of peer-reviewed journals, industry reports, and publication of government and technology companies like Microsoft, Gartner, McKinsey, IBM, and NIST or AI risk management frameworks. To make a sense of evidence, I employed a number of qualitative methods, including thematic analysis and comparative analysis. By the using strategy, we are able to better understand. Share the challenges, access to the current governance practices by the enterprises AI technology mesh. Consequently, this process assured by that the recommendation be evidence based on the grounded, meaning that they would like to possible for the organization implementation the enterprises AI. In project approach, I employed a number of well-established technology management framework to the uncertain the strategic and practical nature of solutions. I used it to viable vegetable transformation framework, AI first adaptation that not merely about inserting the technology. I learned from the statement. It also necessity to change the organizational strategy, governance, process, and people. Following this step, I proceeded to apply the Responsible Governance AI framework, which is implemented the OECD AI principles to the NIST risk management framework. This framework offers the guidelines of the transparency, accountability, security, and regularity, and other sense equivalent to the responsible adaptation of AI, as well as the technology organization environmental or TOE framework. I also chose the because one of its check the whether on the organization is actually ready or not. It takes into the account tech organizational capability as well as external factors like regulations. Ultimately, quarters 5 8 steps challenge module. Recognize that the AI governance implementation that the strategically technology projects. But an AI changed the program. Employees but grasped the fifth faith in that accumulate to the newly adopted approaches. By the integrated these frameworks, I was able to the develop by the solutions. AI trust not the technology but also governance organizational readiness to the change management. In overall, these frameworks have executed the recommendation solution in aligned strategically feasible or implementation on the facilitate long-term enterprises AI adaptation. Finding from the literature. In the academic literature, the industrial reports and actual case studies provide the 5 key findings that kept emerging. Enterprises AI adaptation in growth at the pre-predicted rate, which is first finding AI is transformable business operating from the experimentation to the actual implementation, which has been potential for the innovation and productivity. According to the second finding, not keeping up the AI adaptation AI. Now, numerous organizations still not have the clear policies on AI, approved to the platform and monitoring mechanism, casually casting the insignificant governance gaps. In third finding, dealing with the employee behavior. The majority of employees are not using unauthorized AIs. On the contrary, which people seeking the faster and convenient to the way of getting the job done, sadly, sent sensitive information belonging to the organization by the miscommunicator. Growing regulatory presence pressure the fourth finding, governance structure that the regulations are requiring organization to the more accountable for the developing and deployment or the monitoring of AI. Evidence that the research indicates the responsible AI is no longer the compliance issues. Organizations which have good AI governance are the more likely to build trust, reduce risk, and gain competitive advantage by the overtime. And to the sum of the findings reveal that the greatest question isn't it whether organizations should adopt AI or not. Where it is, however, they will adopt it responsibly inside the servers basic from the solution in the projects. Why existing solutions are insufficient? And the critical analysis. By the follow-up, evaluation was the assesses how organizations are presently managing shadow AI and whether it is evaluation is effectively. According to the findings, to the research, the most organizations will still depend on the old age system by the governance of using things like AI, usageable policies, and etc. Mostly reactive employees are heavily to their policies and only detect their problems after the facts. AI adaptation, the outpacing the governance mechanism that are responsible for challenges and eases involving the rapidly. It also takes a second employee for the accessible promulgation AI tool to the often. AI security, IT security, and knowledgeable. Consequently, organizations have the little knowledgeable of use of AI, and the being shared, the proposed AI track-based or AI team opposite to the different approaches. Rather than the limiting of AI team moves to the enact governance along every usage of AI. The system allows organization to the continuously monitoring to the AI, detects the risk of real time and ensuring the compliance without stopping employees of using AI. To the put doing differently, traditional governance may be controlled by the AI, the wish list of AITM, which means governing AI smartly. The product's key contribution the foundation of process solution, which shifts the reactive governance to the proactive governance. Critical analysis and proposed solution enterprises the AL trust miss. Having identified the shortcoming the existing governance approaches, I should like to present the enterprises tech mess or AITM. Essentially, AITM serves the intermediately between employees or AI tool adopted use. Employees can interactly direct to the various AI application. Instead of each employee request the passes through the secure governance layer before reaching the AI model. This allows business to the foster AI the using insecure visibility, security, and compliance, 5 components combined by the framework. In primary phase, there are AI gateway that acts like a single entry point which allows every AI request to go authentication and validation. Moreover, the AI risk engine analyzes the request in real time and detects the blocks and sensitive data, policy validation, and their own risk before processing. Subsequently, dynamic AI routing that delivers every request to the best approved AI model as per the security, performance, the company policies. The fourth feature of AI behaviorally analytically the constant monitor to the user activity for the unusual actions. Ultimately, AI compliance edges keep track the AI activity while using and maintaining the full audit and trial for the regulatory and the organizational compliance. Which distinguishes this framework from the other is the loop, instead of relying to the constant manual audit. AITM depends on the AI regulate to the governance but to better AI usage of governance organization involves. Ultimately, the enterprise's AI checkmate allows the business to innovate without any worries and safeguard sensitive data, faculty's compliance with the regulations, and enabling students access to the AI for employees, which also change the AI governance from the reactive the strategic business process. In industrial evidence, supporting to the AI team like Microsoft, IBM, Architect, and Google Cloud, which also coming by the project management approach. Initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and controlling and closing to the key factors of RTP. Gantt chart is the high level of timeline to the show that how innovation and planning, execution, monitoring it shows how it quickly works. Project planning, establishment of enterprises in AI technology plan policies, deploy in AI gateway, build an AI literacy and awareness, implementation, continuously monitoring the analytics, establish a responsible AI governance community. In project benefits, the key benefits is reduce risk against the visibility and control, improve the compliance, higher productivity, longer trust, and scalability innovations, and even the measurable impacts to the cross stakeholders. Project plans and conclusions are happening there. In assessment and discovery, in architect design, and thirdly, technology integration and pilot deployment, employee training and challenging the enablement, and enterprises the improvement and optimizations in the month of 1, 2, 3. Each month they focus with the roadmap and conclusions of AI test provides the innovation technology enabled solution that the balance information security compliance by the productivity. Confidence with the while reducing the risk of association with the shadow AI. And thank you for watching. Have a good day.